Hi, my lovely people. Section 107 Fair Use allows us to talk about it, and that's what we are here to do. Please do not go out of your way to dislike anybody we talk about in this video. It is for entertainment and reaction purposes only. It's my opinion and my opinion only. Hi, my lovely people. Baby, usually we are on here and we are here to talk about Peach, typically, right? Now, before I went to record the video, I went to look, and Peach has kind of been very quiet. Of course, on YouTube, she's dropped the come shop with me and Gregory McKay, the old boring stuff. But the flooding us with shorts, flooding us with reels, flooding us with hospital content, flooding us with everything, she has not done that. She also, the last thing that she really posted that was on everywhere was her sitting on the bed pumping, and she looked like she had been crying. She like she had been sad. So she left people in wonder of what exactly is going on. Now, as the day goes on, or as I post this, she may post something. But for now, the thing that is breaking the streets is Treacy, right? Is Peach's mother. The fact that she went live and she said she was going to tell her story. Now, before we get to talking about this, a lot of things that Treacy has said that has happened in her past is very triggering. And so therefore, I'm going to talk about it with empathy and sympathy because I don't believe anyone should go through it. Now, if you're not familiar with some of the things that Treacy went through, she was over there and she was talking about how girls of her age, when she was, smaller and about preteen, would sit and talk about things they were doing with her boyfriend. And she said her reality was that she was sitting there and she felt, just overwhelmed because she knew that the person was touching her was her father. Now, y'all know exactly what that means. I'm going to say that this is awful. I'm going to say that this is terrible. This is not the first time that Treacy has told her story and she has went in depth with it. One thing that I'm going to do is I'm always going to commend someone for what they do. The fact of the matter is that Treacy can go and talk about things that has happened in her past, and she does not break down. She does not fold, and she tells the truth. That shows that she is not only growing from the past, but that she has some healing from the past. So I got to say kudos to her. I just have to, because going through some of those things, and, if you guys have followed it a little bit more, her father had been arrested and investigated for a lot of this stuff. I mean, it goes really, really deep. So I'm not going to go that deep. Let's just say that we know that her story is correct and accurate. Now, as we watch all of this stuff unfold, right, we sit and we wonder, well, is what Peach is saying, is it just low down and dirty? Does it have truth to it? I've always said, guys, that there's something that happened between them in the childhood. But the more and the more that I sit and listen to Treacy talk, have you guys ever heard that people only know how to love you the way that they know how to love? Sometimes out here in the world, people can't love you the way that you see it on TV. Like, that's the kind of love I want. That's the kind of love I deserve. Sometimes we can't go out and say, well, you know what? Because you're my mother, you're my boyfriend, or you're my uncle, or you're my cousin, or whoever you are to me, my best friend. This is what I think that this person should love me like. And a person can only love you to the ability that you can love yourself, and that they know how to. That's the only way. Let me tell you, I'm not going to get too deep. We'll go live and talk about it more. But I've had a lot of things with my mother, right? And one thing I had to do in order to forgive my mother and have the great relationship that we had before she passed was to understand her as a person, as a woman, as a human, as a young girl, to understand some of the things that she went through as a child, as a teenager, as a person that molded her to be the way she was as a mother. And sometimes people just don't have it. Now, when it comes to Treacy, everything that Treacy has been through, I think to even be standing, to even be sane, to even be working, to even be able to talk about it, that is a big thing, because, boy, that is a big burden to carry, right? For someone, especially your daughter, to continue to tell stories about you and to, exaggerate and bust everything out and just continue to do it over and over and over and over and over, how hindering does that have to be? Now, I'm going to tell you, I already know what y'all going to say is, ooh, Treacy is fake. Yeah, I see a lot of fakeness in her. When I say fakeness, I mean, I believe that some of that stuff that she says when she's over there preaching, that she, just adds on a little sauce for her audience. But I do believe that she had to have a relationship with God, because the way she has healed, baby, it is something extremely extraordinary. So maybe that's her way of healing. Also, I don't think that anyone who has a past like Treacy wants to keep talking about it or being beat down by it. Now, honey, there's a lot of stuff that's out there, right? Like alleged her being with women. Now, I'm going to talk about that for 1 second. Why the fact that Peach thinks that telling everybody that on the internet that her mother had been with a woman is something to, be, like boastful, or that's supposed to be the bomb, that's supposed to be the tea. I'll tell you one thing. Typically, people who have been through SA, especially as far as Treacy has, they do question their sexuality. They don't know when a man touches them and it doesn't feel right because of past, and sometimes they go to the other sex, and it goes every which way. When you have SA in your life, sometimes you wear clothing that you want to hide yourself so you don't want nobody to give you attention. You may fall in love with the wrong person. And this is like what I'm seeing. Like now that Treacy sat there and talked about it, and I may be way out there, I'm just seeing when she talks sometime, ended, wounded little girl. We also know that a lot of times when mothers and fathers aren't the best mothers and fathers, when they get grandchildren, they try to do a do-over. Now, when it comes to Peach and her mom charging her, to watch the kids, I believe that. I believe that Treacy did it. I don't think that Treacy went out here and was like, you know what, I'm going to charge you $1,000 to watch your kids because guess what? That's what I want to do and you can afford it. I'm going to guess that a lot of reason that Treacy was saying this was because the daddy, Wood, was getting paid $10,000, brand new trucks, brand new clothes, trips, and everything else. And you want to go take your bum husband on a trip, and then you want to not pay me, and I'm keeping 6, 7 kids at a time that's tearing up stuff. No, you going to break me off some money, and you going to make sure that if they break something, you replace it. And those are a lot of kids to feed and house for weeks at a time, where Peach was going to give her husband new things. Honey, I can't see that I blame her. I mean, normal grandmas don't tell their daughters, you going to give me thousands of dollars, but then Peach isn't a normal daughter, right? Y'all, when I tell y'all, this just has my head spinning. And I mean, Treacy may be trying to redo some things with her grandchildren that she wasn't able to do with her daughter. Maybe Treacy has asked for forgiveness, like Peach said, but Peach doesn't want to forgive her. I mean, when you listen to someone's story, it makes you feel some type of way. And I will say, yeah, some of the things that Treacy do, I see as fake and phony, because her getting out here and saying that she wants peace on earth, and honey, you up here fighting in a casino. We know you gangster. We know you a thug. We know you will cut somebody with your tongue just as fast as you will a knife. We know that you have that in you. And maybe if you would bring that out, people could relate to you more. If you would be like, you know what, I'm Treacy. I'm from this place in the world, and this is how I feel about it, instead of always patronizing people, saying I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that, and I'm trying to paint it like you kind of perfect. That may rub people the wrong way, girl. So I don't know. Bottom line is, I got a lot of questions from y'all. How do y'all feel about her telling her story and sitting there and doing it so strong? Then when you watch it, how do you guys feel about the things that Peach says about her? Like, does this change anything or make you feel some type of way? Did it make you feel sad? Did it make you feel confused? I mean, I'm happy that she did it herself. I've always been a believer that can't nobody drop your tea on you if you drop it first, because you're the best one who can tell your own story. And baby, she did that. So I have to, tip my hat to that. But I just want to know how y'all feeling about it today, because I need y'all feedback. We'll talk about this more a little bit later, but I had to get out here and give y'all a call and see what y'all thinking, because, baby, this really got my head spinning. It really triggers a lot of things. It makes me a little tongue-tied. Ooh. Yes, baby. I just feel like it's a lot of jealousy and a lot of flippity of the story and a lot of things going on over there with Peach, but she on silent mode. So please, y'all, just let me know what y'all think down below in the comments, and I will see you guys down there. Toodles.